Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted has been released for over 5 years now, but many mysteries still lie within this virtual world, like the identity of Tape Girl, who we play as, or when exactly this game takes place. But one of the biggest mysteries that still hasn't been solved is the character of Glitchtrap. It's not clear who this character is, and more specifically if Glitchtrap is supposed to be Willie Afton or the Mimic. But most recently, in the interview with Cawthon and Zako, we learned something that might be the key to solving this character and his purpose. So in this video, I'm going to go over how Cawthon confirmed the identity of Glitchtrap and why Glitchtrap is supposed to be the reincarnation of Willie Afton and not the Mimic. For a quick disclaimer, not everything that Cawthon says in this interview should be taken to extreme and should be used to solve every single mystery in the franchise, but I think certain parts of this interview give us clues to help us head in the right direction to solving the lore. So like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, in the Cawthon interview with Zako, we learn new details from the newer Fnaf games, the movie, and even the novels. And when covering the newest characters to the franchise, Cawthon had this to say about Glitchtrap and about the possession of this character.
I always lean sci-fi. I have a tendency to lean sci-fi, even though I try to come back into the roots of the supernatural instead. But I can't help my inclinations to lean sci-fi. So anything that involves possession of AI or possession of machines or circuitry, I love that sort of thing. So I love the idea of Glitchtrap.
Like he said in this small clip, he's always leaned into the sci-fi aspect of this franchise and that he's always loved the idea of possession of circuits or machinery. He then follows this by saying that he loves the character of Glitchtrap, insinuating that the idea of possession of circuitry is what we see with the character of Glitchtrap and his story. Now this might not seem like anything too important, but I believe that this is actually a big reveal that tells us exactly who this character is, and it's not who many fans expected. It's widely debated if Glitchtrap is the digital reincarnation of Willie Afton, or if he is the Mimic copying Willie Afton and his actions. In the Tales from the Petaplex novels, we learn that the original Mimic 1 program that was developed to create the Mimic was brought back when a video game studio under Fazbear's Entertainment scanned an old circuit board while making a VR game, which then caused them to presumably return as Glitchtrap. Because this program was fed so much data from the pizzerias and company to create this VR game, the Mimic adapted to copy Willie Afton and his actions. That's why he dons his own version of the Spring Bonnie costume and even mimics the missing children incident in the canon ending where he lured the player to a room and stuffed their body into an animatronic, just like Willie Afton. Now this is all just assumption as nothing is confirmed, but it can be argued that this theory is now the most believed among the community, especially since the Mimic seems to be such an important antagonist moving forward, and he's even going to get his own origin game, Fnaf's Secret of the Mimic. But with this interview, I think Cawthon denies this and confirmed another popular claim, being that Glitchtrap is Willie Afton. It's also widely believed and theorized that Willie Afton's soul possessed an old circuit board that was used to create the VR game, and that would also create the Glitchtrap virus. There were even reports of this virus spreading and causing systems to crash in the Fnaf AR emails, and later we even learned that Glitchtrap took the mind of Vanessa to help him come back into the real world. That's why in Security Breach we learned that children have gone missing since the Pizzaplex has opened, and we learned that this was Vanessa's doing, who is now Vanny. And again, she is kidnapping all of these children in the name of Willie Afton or Glitchtrap, but she is finally able to bring him back in the form of Burntrap, as we see in one of the endings of Security Breach. He was created from different animatronic parts and he was being kept alive by this charging station. The digital consciousness of Glitchtrap was then transferred into Burntrap, and this was officially how Willie Afton returned. But by the end of that ending, Gregory and Glamrock Freddy managed to burn him and the Fnaf 6 pizzeria down, which presumably defeated Burntrap and Willie Afton. But because this ending isn't canon, we know this didn't happen, but we still know that Burntrap existed at one point. And again, it's believed that Glitchtrap and Burntrap were Willie Afton. But like I've mentioned, moving forward, this idea was almost forgotten and disproven because of all the content and lore revolving around the Mimic being released. But now, thanks to this interview, it has now been confirmed that Glitchtrap was supposed to be Willie Afton at one point, and maybe he still is. Cawthon revealed that he leaned towards the idea of circuit boards being possessed in the franchise, and this is exactly what we see with Glitchtrap and William. Willie Afton's soul possessed an old circuit board that was used to create the VR game, which then later created Glitchtrap, and again, Cawthon is essentially confirming this idea or theory. So this also means that Willie Afton being Burntrap is true, and that they were always planning his return in some shape or another, and it would also prove that the Mimic is a separate character and program from Glitchtrap. But now the question stands, is Willie Afton still meant to be Glitchtrap in the current state of Five Nights at Freddy's? We know that original plans change with these newer games in the franchise. For example, in the same interview, Cawthon states how Burntrap was originally never supposed to move, and how he would instead act like a decaying movie prop for a very specific purpose. I've already made a video covering what this original purpose was, but again, the main thing to note is that plans and characters change. So did Glitchtrap's character change? Well, I believe that this character has changed, and more specifically, I believe that he's no longer supposed to represent William Afton coming back, but he's instead the Mimic program. The current franchise already seems to be steering away from the Afton family and that side of the series. The Mimic was the main antagonist in the DLC, there are already plenty of stories around the Mimic in the books, and most importantly, he's going to get his own game. So why would William Afton still be Glitchtrap if it's clear the Mimic is going to be the next main antagonist in the franchise? It makes much more sense that he's instead the Mimic and that Glitchtrap was made the Mimic after plans changed with William. This especially makes sense because we saw Glitchtrap in the latest game in the series, Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. He appears in both endings, as in the canon ending we see Glitchtrap's hand peer out of a charging station before disappearing, and in the secret ending we saw Glitchtrap be crushed by Vanny, setting herself free from his control and influence. It's assumed that it's the Mimic as Glitchtrap in both of these endings, and it simply wouldn't make sense if it were William Afton. Even when looking at the other games in this new era of the franchise, they're leaning towards the idea of virtual worlds and the idea of evil AI, so it's hard to imagine how William Afton will have a role in all of this. So although I do believe from this interview we do learn at one point William Afton was planned to be Glitchtrap and would return as Burntrap as the main antagonist once more, I don't think this is the corrected plan anymore, and we can assume that plans were changed to where Glitchtrap is now the Mimic. We know this because the franchise is currently heavily focused on virtual reality, the idea of evil AI, and the Mimic is even going to get his own origin game, Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic. So again, Glitchtrap is no longer William Afton like it was originally planned. But with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video on Glitchtrap and what Cawthon had to say about this character. Remember, nothing is confirmed and anything could be possible with this character, so what do you guys think? Is Glitchtrap William Afton or is he the Mimic? So make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this, and thank you guys so much for watching.